Exclusive! Ubisoft seeming prepping for bankruptcy ahead of Assassin's Creed Shadows release as past failures spell almost certain doom. The end might be near for Ubisoft. The year has barely started, and it seems as tough the former giant of the gaming industry is showing more signs of decline as it seemingly prepares for bankruptcy ahead. In our previous article, we highlighted Ubisoft's abysmal credit rating rooted in truly financial metrics such as 1.4 billion net debt, plummeting market cap down over 85% in the past 4 years, and an unsustainable workforce of 18,666 employees, costing an estimated 746.6 million euros annually. These indicators painted a bleak picture of a company teetering on the edge of financial ruin. Hey guys, Mizuki here! Gather around, grab your Doritos and your favorite flavor Monster can, because we've got some corporate drama today. And oh, it's spicier than late-night ranked match meltdown. Ubisoft, yes, that Ubisoft is basically writing its own eulogy right now. And honestly, I'm grabbing popcorn because this is wild. Ubisoft, the once mighty gaming giant that gave us countless hours of parkour, stealth kills, and press F to pay respect moments, is looking like it's gearing up for bankruptcy. Yup, the company that brought you Assassin's Creed, Far Cry, and a bunch of other games you probably have finished is in deep trouble. How deep? Oh, just 1.4 billion euros in net debt deep. Casual. And don't even get me started on the market value. It's been hit off a cliff, down 85% in just 4 years. Like, bruh, if Ubisoft were playing Rainbow Six Siege, they'd be the one team killing in the first 30 seconds. But before we go any further, I want to take this brief moment here to thank you all my patrons that support my work here on YouTube, and especially my Three-Tailed Fox Tier members Heath Rowell and Fenny Sylvy for the incredible support to my work. You guys are amazing. But wait, my dear foxes and viewers, like always, there is more! Ubisoft recently announced they've hired some leading advisors to review strategic options. Translation for you: they've called in the gaming equivalent of the cleanup crew to figure out how to sell off their stuff without making it too obvious that the ship is sinking faster than my rank when I solo queue. Ubisoft has a workforce of over 18,000 employees, costing a casual 746.6 million euros annually. Like, hello, maybe don't try to run an empire if you can't afford the crown, you know? And then there is the whole Assassin's Creed Shadows delay. Again! It was supposed to come out in February, but surprise, it's been pushed to March. If that doesn't scream to you, we are desperate and also broke. I don't know what it does. Oh, and that other recent bangers. Star Wars Outlaws, thanks to harder than me attempted to play in support. And X-Defiant didn't even make it out of Spawn before getting cancelled. So yeah, things are looking about as stable as my sleep schedule. This whole hire advisors and pretending everything is fine act is a no. Remember THQ back in 2012? Yeah, they did the exact same thing before filing for bankruptcy and getting copped up like the Thanksgiving turkey. Ubisoft's move feel eerily similar. Sell off IPs, lay off a ton of people, and somehow still make sure the execs walk away with fat stacks. Gotta love corporate priorities, right? And here is where it gets juicier. Apparently, pre-orders for Shadows are so bad that Ubisoft knows it can't save them. Like, imagine putting all your hopes and dreams into one game only to realize it's not even close to the 1 billion euros you need just to keep the lights on. The are delaying the release because they're scrambling, plain and simple. And every delay is like waving a giant red flag that says, "We are not okay, please help." So, what's the possible playing year then? Honestly, it looks like Ubisoft is trying to keep up appearances long enough to sell off its big-ticket items, Assassin's Creed, Far Cry, Rainbow Six, and maybe even their streaming rights. But let's be real, this isn't a rescue mission, it's a farewell tour. Meanwhile, these exes are probably lining up their golden parachutes, while the regular employees, the people who actually make the games, get left holding back. Classic corporate move, right? Look, it's sad to see a company that shaped so much of modern gaming end up like this. But at the same time, if you keep ignoring what players actually want and just churn out buggy cash grabs, this is what happens. So pour one out for Ubisoft, my dear folks and viewers. It looks like they are headed for the final boss battle, and spoiler alert, they are about to lose. Ubisoft's financial situation is looking worse than my Wi-Fi connection during an online game. And you know what? It's not pretty. Their creeping debt is basically chaining them to the bottom of the ocean while they keep paddling with broken oars. Let's talk numbers because I know you're all about that. Ubisoft is drowning in debt and they have no way to dig themselves out. They can't release enough new stuff to get out of the red. It's like trying to make a comeback in a game where you've already lost all your points. So, guess what their genius solution is? Prepare for bankruptcy. Yep, looks like they are just trying to stabilize things enough to ease into that inevitable bankruptcy spiral. No big, huh? But alright, let's entertain the idea that Ubisoft might have a shot at pulling themselves out of this financial dumpster fire. What are their options? Can they actually save their butts? Well, let's consider the buyout option. Sounds like a sweet plan, right? But not so fast. Even if they sell their best assets like Assassin's Creed, Rainbow Six, or whatever else they've got in the vault, it wouldn't even make a dent in their debt. The whole company is worth around $1.6 billion. And here's the kicker, that's not enough to cover their actual liabilities. Now imagine this, a franchise that once made billions and was a household name is now worth less than what it brought in when Valhalla dropped. Yeah, Ubisoft really has worked some magic to tank all that value. If they tried selling their most valuable franchises like Assassin's Creed, they'd probably get pennies on the dollar. And let's be real, any buyer worth their salt would just grab the whole company, debt and all. What's a few billion liabilities when you can own Assassin's Creed, right? Except that buyer probably isn't dumb enough to take on all the debt. There are rumors about a buyout by Tencent. This company could easily afford to buy Ubisoft, but it comes with a catch. They'd inherit all those employees and the crippling debt. So could Tencent just swoop in and save Ubisoft? Well, yeah, but they might be smarter to just wait for Ubisoft to sink completely and grab their best IPs at an auction for a fraction of the cost. Sounds so much easier, right? They'd get the sweet Assassin's Creed franchise without all the messy debt. So for Tencent, letting Ubisoft implode might be the smartest move. Then, let's talk about the idea of restructuring. Could Ubisoft just clean house and somehow pull off a miracle? No. With over 80,000 employees, it would at least take a year or two for any restructuring to have a noticeable impact. And guess what? Ubisoft's already low stock price and terrible credit rating don't exactly scream confidence to investors, And then, there is Assassin's Creed Shadows, Ubisoft's one possible bright spot. Except the hype trend for that one has pretty much derailed. Even if they somehow manage to finish that game, it's probably not gonna sell enough copies to clear that financial mess. So yeah, restructuring at this point? Kinda pointless. Get woke, go broke. So, if you're asking me if Ubisoft is going to make it through 2025 without completely imploding, the answer is Probably not. You're cruising for a nice bag right now, and by March, they probably start sinking, and by summer, we'll probably be watching their bankruptcy proceedings in full swing. So, what do you think? Will Ubisoft still be around by the end of the year, or are we watching the end of an era? A very painful era. Let me know in the comments. Let's see if anyone thinks they'll make it out alive. See you guys in the comment section as always. Bye!